There are some simple tips that you need to know. When you get your money from the ATM, these corners, you see how the corners are bent forward? These have to be not like that, because if it is, it's going to go in a reject bin in your ATM. So when you get money from the bank, you always want to make sure the money is clean. And is also, if there's rips, and we'll find one soon. This one's good. Like if you see money that's like this, that it's ripped, you can't use that because it'll go in a reject bin, which is in the ATM. So when someone try to get money, this will get kicked into a reject bin, which is in the ATM, and then it won't get cycled out to a customer. So you don't want to use ripped bills like that, just like that. So we got to put that one out. And so you just got to pretty much unbend these corners. You see these corners, I keep unbending them. Otherwise it's going to get rejected in the bin. You won't lose it. See, same thing with this one. You see it's bent in the corner, bent in the corner. You know, I'm just doing the 10s right now. I already did the 20s. So this is just a simple things that little stuff that we got to know. There's another one that's bent in the corner. It's the part I hate. You got a lot of them actually. Look at this one. Completely bent to the side, so you gotta undo that. You gotta undo that one. So there's that. Here's another one. It's got a lot of these things. I'm gonna show you I'm pretty sure there's a rip one in here also. These are all set. And it's always good to have used bills rather than new bills. I'll explain that to you right now in a second. So here's another one. Here's another one that's bent. Another one. Oh, here's one that's destroyed. You can't use that. It's gonna get kicked to your reject bin. Look at that. It's all ripped. It's gonna get kicked right to it. So you can't use that. You gotta push that to the side. And you can use it somewhere, a corner store or something. Here's another one. See that? The ATM spits out this money like this sometimes. And even when they give you the money like this, it's like this too. Can't use that one. Sometimes I want to be like, hey, give me good bills. But when you ask tell them to give you fresh bills, then they give you a fresh snack. Look at this one. Can't do that. You can unfold it and then you can get it in the ATM. So we're just going through these ones. So these are fresh bills here. These are all sticking. You'll think that's a good idea. But I'm gonna tell you why. It might not be a good idea, because look, all this money is sticking, so they're sticking. Either way, it's gonna kick out one of the bills. It's not gonna kick out more than one, because it's just the way it is. Once it go through, it's gonna kick out one. But when it sticks, sometimes that other money will kick into the reject bin. So you gotta these are all fresh bills, so you gotta kind of go through them and like separate them in a way. So I separate them, but I actually separate them, and then I actually put it with like the old bills. Like I put it with the old bills right here. Show you. I'm trying to show you. But I kind of like mix it up, like stagger them. I think that's the word I'm trying to use. Just because, when they get in a reject bin, it's just like a bin, and when people try to get $100 or $200, the money that's ripped or like sticking, it'll just get kicked down to a bin, and there's a little bin. It flaps open. You can get the money out. But even if you keep using it, it's just gonna keep doing the same thing. And not all the time. It always just kick down there. It's just it's something I want to avoid. I just want to avoid it as much as possible. So these are all the 10s. I already did the 20s already off camera. But you definitely just got to check for it. You just got to check for rips and stuff. As long as there's no rip, it's fine. You just got to check the 20s. This machine has the 20s and 10s. And I just make sure it's not, tear up a little bit and stuff. And that's all you got to do. Like these are some fresh 20s right here. These are fresh 20s. I kind of like stagger them. just so I won't have no issues, because I don't want to go there and it's like, oh, $200 or $150 or $160 and the reject man, because now that money could have been spitting out to like customers. Because sometimes I can get a call from like the owner, which I never did. It's like, oh yeah, the machine's empty, but I kind of know if it's empty or not because I have a portal and it tells me if it's empty or when it's low or anything. Actually, I see one right here. It's kind of bent. I might just keep that one in there. It might be fine. That one, I just bent it down. It's not like ripped. It's kind of like bent up. So yeah, that's just like a secret little. It's not just a little tip of like when you get your money from the bank, you want to say like, you want to tell them like in a way just like, can I get used money? But at the same time, sometimes it gets kind of messed up too, because like sometimes I don't say nothing. I get the money and I go through them and I pull money out. But if it keep happening, you want to be like, hey, can I get like, you know, not like fresh, but like new, but can you make sure they're not ripped or like bent or stuff like that? Even if they're bent, that's okay, but as long as they're not ripped. And then they'll understand. You'll just explain, like, yeah, it's just like easier for like the ATM to spin out the money and stuff like that. And they will understand, obviously, their bank too. So you gotta like make sure the money's not like bent up, ripped and stuff. Otherwise, it's gonna be money, which is okay. This money's just gonna go in the reject bin. And then you have that money. If you keep using it, it's just gonna do the same thing. You know, I don't know if you could tape it up or anything. I wouldn't do all that stuff. I don't know how that works, but it's just like a little tip when you get the money from the bank. Make sure the money's good. Tell them people like, hey, can I get like used money, but make sure they're not ripped or anything. And that's just gonna save you a lot of time, because you don't want to have all your money in the reject bin. Oh, they call it a reject box. They don't want it in a reject box because, you know, you put a certain amount of money in the ATM. You put a certain amount of money in the ATM, so you don't have to come back as often. So if it has a lot of money getting rejected, hundreds, I don't think the most I ever seen in there was literally maybe 20 bucks, and it was just like 2 10s. And you could just look at it as like kind of like bent over and stuff like that. I reused it, but none of them was ripped though. So because, you know, obviously I knew this little tip before I even started. So it's just like a tip to know when you're getting into this. All right, but to the next time, hope you guys enjoyed this video, but to the next time, I'll see you on the next video. Later, peace.